So speaking of roles that you've done that you probably can't talk too much about, obviously the X-Men '97 show, the trailer's been released and it looks really, really cool. And you're starring as Morph in that. How has that role evolved since the '90s version of the character? Because that's obviously, as a lot of kind of X-Men fans that grew up in the '90s, that's what I've got in my head. Oh, that those are the versions of those characters that I kind of my mind's eye. I'm really excited to see how that jump of like 30 years has changed things, and how some things obviously will still be nostalgia based, but some will be fresh. And how has Morph evolved over the years?
Sure. I mean, it's one of those weird things where we're picking up like kind of minutes after the last episode ended.
Right?
So character-wise, like really isn't much evolution between those 2 points.
Okay.
However, obviously we're making the show 30 years later, so
Uh,
there is that sort of viewpoint change. And I think how we evolved Morph a little bit was, the original Morph was there was he always had the giggle. There was a lot of he was a lot of laughs. He was pretty charactery. I think this goes for the whole show really. I think the performances have grounded a little bit, like they're a little more based in reality. Because the X-Men universe, there's so much wacko that's always happening, like it's a clone, it's a thing, it's a spaceman, it's another dimension, like it's a monster from space. Yeah, it's all of this. So to have those performances, like the performances be really grounded and those relationships be really solid, helps to still make the weight and the emotions that you feel of the show really real, while everything else is going around. So I think Morph is a more grounded character. But I think as far as where he's evolved as a character, he just came. I mean, last episode he just came back to the team after being away, trying to recover from this trauma of Mr. Sinister and the PTSD of being murdered by the Sentinels and then brought back to life and mind control and all of that thing. So he's just kind of trying to figure out where he fits, and in the meantime, just trying to be the sense of humor of the team. But yeah, I think what's going to be exciting is to watch Morph find where he really belongs in the team after an absence.
It must have been quite good to get that script, and I presume if you're playing a comic relief character, getting to read those lines that you get to have fun with must have been pretty cool for the first time, seeing it on paper and going, I know what I'm going to
I
do with
mean,
that.
yeah, I mean, comic relief is my thing. Like, I love doing it. Yeah, and there are always times where I would be like, can I just try this one, and do like something just a shade different from what they had written, and they let me play. It's fun.
That's cool. So talking about these iconic characters that you're playing, is there anyone else, any other franchise, any other video game, or Marvel superhero thing that you'd like to tackle? What's next for you? Playing the Joker's a pretty big deal. Starring in the new X-Men show is a pretty huge thing. Do you have anything you're kind of on your bucket list as an actor to pursue?
I mean, as far as playing legacy characters, I've done a bunch of them. Like,
Oh yeah.
even as far as Marvel goes, like, I actually, whenever I play a legacy character, I buy the corresponding Funko. So I'm looking at
Oh
my
cool.
Funko wall.
Nice.
So, I currently play the Green Goblin on Spidey and
Yep.
His Amazing Friends. I've played Loki. I've played Hawkeye. I was the Vision in a few things. Um, I mean, as far as other characters I'd love to tap, I actually wouldn't mind getting a crack at the Penguin.
Oh cool. Okay.
I think I love Danny DeVito's version of the Penguin so much.
Mm.
And I think getting to play that really horrific yet also very classy sort of version of the Penguin is a fun dichotomy to play with. But I mean, as far as the bucket list legacy character that I'm still dying to play that I haven't had a chance to yet, it's Skeletor. He's my
Yeah.
baby.
Do you
He's
know,
my boy.
I was watching a video earlier and I seen you do the Skeletor voice. I did my research earlier and I was like, he's really good at that Skeletor voice. You should get a chance. I'd love to see that.
Thank you.
Um, so, besides Morph, besides other characters that you've played, do you have a favourite do you have a favorite Marvel character? You other than the ones you've played, other than your Lokis and your Visions, is there anyone that you think is really an interesting, deep character that's maybe something that is outside of what you've played?
I mean, as a die-hard MCU fan,
Mm.
um, I will say, um, I'm a I'm a sucker for Steve Rogers.
Me
He's
too. Me too.
bless him. I mean, I think, I mean, not to get like political in any way or anything, but I think, there's in times when the global perception of America can sometimes be mixed, you know, to see somebody that embodies what we really consider to be like what America stands for,
Mm.
I- it's great. I mean, a true hero, and and somebody like that has such a heart and a backbone and is empathetic and is not afraid to show his feelings and like is all about justice. Like he's the coolest. I love Steve Rogers. I'm getting
I'll drink to
emotional
that.
now. Oh my God. Every time I think about him and Peggy, it's just like, it kills me.
Greatest love story. Last question. On behalf of my niece, who is a huge fan of the Boss Baby Netflix show, she wanted me to ask you: Is there more Boss Baby on the way? Are you going to be putting more Boss Baby out in the future?
I've heard nothing.
Okay,
Uh, not at the moment. Um,
because
there's
that's got to be a role that's a lot of fun. I mean, from when we've been watching mini season that's been on, I've not really I've not sat actually watched it, but I've seen you're doing stuff. You catch wee lines and you think that's really funny, and it's just
well, yeah. I
little
mean,
snippets, and yeah, it's good, man. It's good stuff.
it's such a wacky show in the sense that I mean, it's ostensibly aimed at like what 5 to 8 year olds. Like it's about babies, but I mean, I'm talking like like a seasoned high-powered businessman. So the
Yeah,
chunks of text that I was reading were huge, and saying all of these really adult words, like not filthy, but like just really like
yeah,
$5 words, as my mom used
yeah.
to call them, or like. And there was one episode where I had to speak to somebody in Japanese. Like, it was just like he's just a worldly businessman. So getting to play that in the body of a baby, it's, it's a trip. It's so every time I would turn over the script, I'd be like, "Y'all are crazy! Like this is bonkers." I loved
Amazing,
it. I really did.
amazing. Right, sorry, I know you need to head, man, so I won't keep you. But thank you so much for being with us. That was fantastic, and best of luck to you for the X-Men future and the Joker stuff when it comes out. I'm really really excited to see all that. So yeah, cheers. Thanks for your
Awesome.
time.
Thanks. Great chatting with you, Daniel. Talk to you
You
soon.
too. Take care, mate. Cheers.
Bye.